Good morning, my dear students of grade 6. Today we are going to take the lecture of biology. Our course is Cambridge Checkpoint Science grade 6. Today is 29 March 2019 and the day is Sunday. So in the last lecture I have told you about friction. What is friction and what are the advantages of friction? Today we will discuss that what is the problem with the friction. Okay, this is a screenshot of the lecture that we are going to discuss today from your book. It's the problem with the friction. It's a subtopic of the topic friction. Okay, so for revision, just let me revise that what is friction. I have told you that friction is a force which stops things sliding past one another. Okay, for example, if you roll a water bottle on the ground, you will see that the water bottle will stop after some time, and it is due to friction. So friction is a force which stops things sliding past one another, or friction is a force which slow down or stop the moving objects. Okay, friction is a force. Okay, you know what is a force? Kua. Okay, so friction is a force which slow down or stop any moving object. For example, if you are driving a car and you apply the brakes, what will happen? The car will stop. Okay, so it is due to friction, because brakes are applied on the wheels of the car, and due to friction the car will stop. So first example is our first example is that brakes of car help to stop the car due to friction. Number two example, you can walk easily on the ground, but when the surface is wet, you are not able to walk easily. You may slip. Why? It is because of friction. On a dry ground, there is more friction, but on a wet surface there is less friction. So due to less friction, it is possible that you can slip. Okay, next, our main topic. What is the problem with friction? Okay, rub your hands together for at least 1 minute. Come on, rub your hands for at least 1 minute. Now you have started to see that your hands are getting hotter, which means that friction causes heat. Okay, look here. Friction causes heat. So friction make things wear out and hot. This is the problem with friction, that friction make things wear out and hot. If I divide this into 2 points, then I can say that friction causes heat and friction make things wear out. Okay, what is the meaning of wear out? Not in good conditions, destroyed, broken, damaged. So what is the problem with friction? That friction, if there is friction in something, it after some time it will not be in a good condition, or it will be damaged, or it will be destroyed, or it will be broken. So this is the problem with friction. I will tell you with the help of an example. Okay, there are parts of machine. Okay, look here in this diagram. Look here on the left hand side, this picture. Look, in this picture there is a lot of friction. Can you see here? Okay, this machine has moving parts. These two parts are moving against each other, and it is causing a lot of heat. And you can see that after some time, if you keep using this part of the machine, after some time it will be damaged or broken. Why? It is because of the friction. Because friction, it's a problem with friction, that friction cause heat and it will damage the parts. Okay, here in this picture you can see that this part of the machine is producing a lot of heat, and after some time it will be damaged or broken. But if you see on the right hand side, this picture is showing you that if you put the oil in these parts of the machine, what will happen? Look here. If these are two parts of the machine, okay, second. If these are the two parts of machine and they work together like this part of the machine, what will happen? After some time they will be broken or they will wear out, they will be damaged. Okay, they will not be in a good condition. But if you apply oil here, what will happen? The oil will form a thin layer around these parts of the machine, right? These are two parts of the machine, right? But if you apply the oil, oil will form a thin layer around the parts of the machine. And what will happen when they slide against each other, when they rub together? What will happen? They will not wear out and they will not produce the heat. So the problem to the friction is that we have to put the oil in a parts of the machine. Okay, that's it. Okay, we will revise the topic, the problem with friction. I will read from the book. Friction make things wear out because friction cause heat. Moving parts in a machine gets hot when they rub together. Oil is needed to lubricate the machine. When you apply oil on something, we call that we are lubricating this. Okay, the oil forms a thin layer on the surface of the parts so they don't rub together as much. What is friction? Friction is a force which stops things sliding past one another, or friction is a force which slow down or stop the moving objects. For example, brakes of the car help you to stop the car due to friction. And number two, you can walk easily on the dry surface because there is more friction. But when you try to walk on a wet surface, you cannot walk easily. This is because there is less friction there. So the main problem with the friction is that it make things wear out and hot. Okay, so wear out, the meaning of wear out is not in good condition, destroyed, broken, damaged. So here the parts of machine rub together which cause friction and damage the parts of machine. Okay, oil makes it easy for parts of the machine to move because oil forms a layer on the surface of parts and cause less friction. Look, this is the part of the machine. Okay, and when you apply the oil forms a thin layer which cause less friction. Okay, and this diagram shows you that in this picture you can see that the moving parts are causing a lot of friction, but here when you apply the oil there will be less friction and it will not make your things wear out and hot. And this is it about the problems with friction.